This is the FM Gold channel of All India Radio. In the program News Analysis Now, we bring you a dialogue on proposal to form Judicial Appointment Commission. The participants are Arvind Jain, Supreme Court Advocate, and Satya Prakash, Legal Editor, Hindustan Times.
In a significant decision, the Union Cabinet on Thursday approved a constitutional amendment bill for setting up a Judicial Appointments Commission that will replace the secretive system of appointment, which is known as collegium system. This system is in place for the last 2 decades to appoint Supreme Court and High Court judges. And this proposed commission is to replace the old system of collegium, and not just for appointments. It will also have powers of transfer. In fact, the government has been contemplating for quite some time to bring in this kind of change. But due to resistance from the judiciary, somehow the government was dithering on the issue. But now there appears to be a political consensus, and that is why the government wants to go ahead with the decision. And a constitutional amendment is likely to be introduced in Parliament next week. Mr. Arvind Jain, tell us what is the significance of this cabinet decision?
Basically, I think that it may bring more transparency in appointment of judges. As you rightly said, that it was a secret system of collegium till date. And if we have this Judges Appointment Commission, which will be headed by Chief Justice of India, along with 2 judges from the Supreme Court and 2 eminent persons and Secretary Justice, Law Minister, etc. Whatsoever may be the structure of this commission. But this will bring more transparency in appointment of judges, and that will strengthen the basic roots of democracy. Because till date, if I say so, that we don't know, the lawyers or the other common persons, that how many seats are vacant in the High Court or the Supreme Court, and when the judges are going to be appointed, how they will be appointed. There is no advertisement for appointment of judges, no applications are called, no recommendations are called from the bar associations, from High Court or from the Supreme Court or from any other bar associations. So, it's a secret system of collegium which is being decided by the senior-most 5 judges of the High Court or 5 senior-most judges of the Supreme Court. Senior-most 5 judges of the High Court will recommend the names of anyone they like.
We talked about this new proposal to replace the collegium system. Can you explain what is this?
That's what I was explaining, that till date, the 5 senior-most judges of a High Court, they can recommend the name of any person who qualifies to be a High Court judge if he have 10-year experience and age around 45. Yeah. Then they can recommend his name to be a High Court judge to the Supreme Court, and then the senior-most 5 judges of the Supreme Court will decide whether they should be appointed as High Court judges or not. Unless and until there is a contrary report from the intelligence, IB, their appointment is through.
And how this system came into existence? Because the Constitution, if you read Article 124 or Article 217, under which Supreme Court and High Court judges are appointed, the provisions don't talk about this kind of system.
It only happened after S.P. Gupta's case, wherein to avoid the interference of the executive or the government, the system of collegium was incorporated by the Supreme Court level. And there was nobody to challenge
Advocates on Record case,
yeah,
1993.
Yes.
This system has been in place for almost 2 decades. India is the only country where judges appoint judges. And the executive, that is the government, has not been comfortable with this system. In fact, the government has been contemplating for quite some time to change this system, and several law ministers termed it as a kind of extra constitutional system because the Constitution does not provide for it. How the new system will change it, and what are the benefits that will accrue due to the new system?
But there has been several controversies on several appointments and bar associations of different states. Supreme Court also, they have been making hue and cry that this should not be appointed. This is the basic backdrops of this person. And there were some contrary IB reports also against some judges to be appointed in the High Courts. So this system is a secretive system and it must be transparent. And I hope and trust that this Judicial Commission of appointment of judges will at least bring some transparency in appointment of judges at the Supreme Court level or the High Court level. In fact, I am of the view that there should be All India Judicial Services Commission which should appoint right from MM to the High Court. According to the seniority, they should be elevated to the Supreme Court.
That proposal is pending for quite some time, in fact several decades now. One of the problems with collegium system has been this, as you said, it has been a very secretive system. Nobody knows when somebody's name has been recommended, why it has been recommended, and in some cases it was said that much more, better candidates were ignored. Be it fresh appointment to the High Courts or be it elevation from the High Court to the Supreme Court.
Oh, yes.
In many cases, we have seen controversies, like Supreme Court Collegium recommended Justice Dinakaran's name for appointment as a Supreme Court judge, and then media reports came that he is involved in several cases of land grab and several other things. And finally, his name was dropped. The same system did not recommend the name of Justice A.P. Shah. Again, it recommended Soumitra Sen to be judge of the Calcutta High Court, and he faced impeachment proceedings. And finally, he had to resign. So what is the problem with the collegium system, apart from being secretive?
The problem is that only the senior most 5 judges of the Supreme Court will clear the name of a person to be appointed as a High Court judge, or to be elevated to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
If 2 persons or even 1 person is not agreeable or is not in good terms with the particular judge, he cannot be elevated and he cannot be appointed. It must be unanimous, almost. With majority, sometimes they clear it. But if 2 persons are not in favor of a person, 3 persons are in favor, then there is a controversy. And how these 5 judges can decide the whole fate of appointment of High Court judges or the Supreme Court judges in a democratic country like India? Without advertising it, without asking for any applications from the bar, without asking for any recommendations from the bar, without any criteria on merit, what is the basic?
Are you saying it's pick and choose?
Yes, it has been. Because we don't know what was the basis of their selection, what was the basic of their merit. That's the basic drawback in this collegium system, and that's why I say that always the appointment of judges in a democratic country must be transparent.
The current composition, you have the CJI, 2 senior most Supreme Court judges, then you have 2 eminent persons, you have Justice Secretary, Law Minister. Earlier there was a proposal that the leader of opposition should be part of this panel. But now the fresh note circulated by the government, it says no. Do you think it was a good decision to drop the name of the leader of opposition from this panel?
I don't want to comment on this. Whatsoever may be the structure of this commission, involving Supreme Court judges, High Court judges, then Secretary, Law, and 2 eminent persons from the society, or the other 7 persons or 9 persons or 11 persons. It hardly matters. The basic thing is that how this commission will work. What will be the basis of appointment of judges? Whether the posts will be advertised, whether applications will be invited, whether recommendations from the bar associations will be called for before considering for a particular person to be appointed as a High Court judge. What will be the basis? What will be the structure of this commission? What will be the basis of merit and other? That will be more important.
Recently, the Bar Council of India, various state bar councils, all met Law Minister Mr. Kapil Sibal in New Delhi, and they demanded whatever system is put in place to change the collegium system, whatever new system is coming, the bar leaders should be part of that. They should be consulted, or at least some representative of the elected bar should be there as part of this panel.
They may not be on the panel. It may be better that 1 person from Bar Council of India is also taken, on the commission's board. But even if not taken, my basic contention is that the criteria of selecting the judges or appointing the judges must be transparent. We must know how many seats in a particular High Court is vacant, or in which High Court it is vacant, and when the vacancies will come, who can apply, and how his application on merit will be decided. Because it cannot go in secret that you invited 5 persons' applications and you recommended 5 persons' name and they are appointed as a High Court judge overnight, and we don't know anything. Bar doesn't know anything. Bar Council of India is not aware of anything.
One of the criticisms of the collegium system has been that it is not functioning well because there are always divergence of views within the collegium. And that is why they have failed to appoint the number of judges they are supposed to appoint. Almost 1/3 vacancy exists in all the High Courts. If you take the High Court strength.
Yeah, I know,
of
more
judges.
than 200 posts are
And-
vacant in different high courts, and they are
More-
not being filled up for the last so many years.
And this is adding to pendency of cases, and it's going up also because of the fact that most of the at least 1/3 posts of High Court judges are vacant. So why is it that the collegium system and the judges who run the system, they are not able to fill the vacancies?
To be very honest, if you see the complete list of appointment of judges in High Court or the Supreme Court right from 1950, you will find that more than 50% candidates, they are the sons and grandsons of the sitting judges or the retired judges, or their father or some relative is a political person, their sons, daughters, grandsons, granddaughters, sister-in-laws, they are appointed as High Court judges who have a big icon in either in judiciary or in politics or somewhere else. And the bar unofficially knows who is the person going to be appointed in High Court judges in the coming 5 years. It's strange. And if this works in a democracy like India, the future of law, justice or the judicial institutions is not much safer in my view.
Why I ask this question about failure of the collegium system to appoint good number of judges in various high courts? Because collegium system is like top 5 judges of the Supreme Court. There is a panel. Here also you have panel. Now the base has been expanded. You have law minister, you have 2 eminent persons. If 5 people cannot reach a consensus, then are we taking huge risk expanding the panel? Because if there is no consensus, as of now we don't know how it works. But if that is the case, if it works like the collegium system, or rather expanded collegium system, then again we run the risk of...
No. If this commission is also working or will work as a collegium of 5 judges or 7 judges, it's not going to be any meaning at all. It will be meaningless and worthless like the 5 judges collegium. That's why I said that most of the important thing is that how this commission will work and what will be the criteria of selecting the judges, appointing the judges, their merit and their whole...
So what you are suggesting is, first is transparency. The system must be open to all. Second is like, it's good that the government has a say.
Yes.
It cannot be judiciary only, because nowhere in the world judges appoint judges. India is the only exception where judges appoint
And
judges.
it should be open for all.
Executive must have a say in the appointment system.
If I am eligible to be a High Court judge, I must get an opportunity. So I am being deprived of the basic fundamental right of equality before law and equal protection of law. If I am not getting an opportunity, if I don't know there is an advertisement, there is a vacancy, and I can also apply to be eligible for a High Court judge, what it means for me, what it means for a common man, what it means for a common lawyer.
So it's first is that system must be open, it must be transparent. Second is like whatever system is put in place, the government must have a say in that.
They must frame the rules and regulations which should be transparent. But in appointment and merit, the whole criteria, like we are selecting the IAS officers.
Yes. Let us hope that now that there is a political consensus on this issue, opposition and position, the ruling party both have agreed to this. So let's hope that this bill, once introduced, it's actually passed by Parliament.
And we should also keep in mind that it may not be an exercise to keep a balance between the executive and the judiciary because of recent some judgments on politics and politicians and some persons like that.
What you are suggesting that
I just want to
independence of the judiciary must not be compromised.
Yes.
So let's hope that once this bill is passed, all these concerns which you have expressed are taken care of and will head towards a better system of judicial appointments. Thank you, Mr. Jain.
Thank you.
You are listening to a dialogue on proposal to form Judicial Appointment Commission. The participants were Arvind Jain, Supreme Court Advocate, and Satya Prakash, Legal Editor, Hindustan Times. It came to you in the program News Analysis, produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. This program is also available on our website, newsonair.nic.in. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.